New Hampshire, the first state to give President Trump a win in the 2016 primary election, still offering strong support for him going into 2020.
That people in New Hampshire are vehemently opposed to the impeachment. They view it as something that does nothing to help the country, only to further divide. It's a divisive process that serves no positive purpose.
Trump, in a phone conversation with Ukraine's president, is accused of threatening to withhold aid to Kiev unless it launched a corruption probe into Trump's political rival, Joe Biden. Voters are divided over Trump's alleged actions.
I think President Trump was having a conversation with another world leader talking about concerns. There are clearly issues in Ukraine with corruption, and he was looking to try to address it.
But for many independent and Democratic voters, Trump's actions are serious enough to warrant impeachment.
I mean, if you're going to bring somebody else in and you're going to ask and you're going to withhold aid in order to get them to do what you want, it's sad.
An offense many voters see as part of a larger pattern of presidential misconduct.
There's been corruption as the foundation, and I feel he took that set of, or lack of principles into the White House. And you see it every day. You see it with, every institution that we've had has in fact been jeopardized because of his corruption, his greed, his all about me. That it's not the country that he cares about.
Support for impeachment earlier this summer was at 45% of likely voters. After disclosure of the Ukraine phone call prompted House Democrats to launch the probe, support for impeachment rose to 52%. In New York, the divisions are clear.
The Russians won in terms of creating negatives here and bitterness between different sides. Folks wanted to impeach Trump right from the get-go. And that was not good for the United States. So the animosity that spells from this is kind of a terrible thing, I think, for the country.
Still, some voters aren't sure how the impeachment probe will affect the 2020 vote.
Nancy Pelosi recently just talked about an impeachment process, but personally, I don't see how that's going to work with the next election, just because I don't know if there's any substantial evidence yet.
Trump voters say the inquiry will hurt the Democrats.
They're digging and digging and digging, and they won't be done until they've dug a grave for themselves.
One Midwestern farmer concerned about trade deals says the most important message isn't for President Trump, it's for the U.S. Congress.
Get serious. It's just gamesmanship out there, and I think the rest of the country just think you're a bunch of fools.
Just get to work. A message from voters as the House moves to an impeachment showdown. Catherine Gibson, VOA News, Capitol Hill.